persevere, have patience, and keep on trying until your vision is well received by the market. That's the advice of property entrepreneur Jonathan Lieberman. Here on It's My Biz, you'll get to meet the tenacious people behind small business who are determined to make it happen. Join us and make your vote for small business. In tonight's episode, our business owner gets advice and insights from three business giants, self-made entrepreneurs who have built hugely successful businesses from the ground up. And our business owner is Mark Tantum, who runs a Johannesburg-based printing business with a difference.
Coming out of the army, and I was a policy servicing clerk. They gave me an increase and I wasn't happy. I resigned. And I had nothing to do. And I had saved a little bit of money, 500 Rand I had saved. And I went to visit a friend of mine, and he had a little hand foiling machine in the garage. And I said to him, that looks like a beautiful business. Why don't we start that business? So I went to see my father and said to him, look, I want to start this business. So he said, okay, well, he's prepared to lend me the 2,000.
What was your biggest fear at that point, do you think?
To pay back the 12 post-dated checks.
Your dad must
sure that I met the payments.
Yeah?
But what that showed me was that if you work hard enough, you can achieve anything. I live my business 25 hours a day.
What specialist printing?
We specialize in foiling, embossing, die cutting and folding, gluing. We do it mainly for the print trade, but obviously we're open to doing it for the whole public.
So what would you consider your most significant achievement in running this business?
It has to be the Unigram, which we use in the fight against document fraud. It's an optically variable device, a value-added product. I developed in 2000, and we've done over 50 million documents, and I haven't had one fraud.
So what's your business philosophy?
Never take no for an answer, don't give up, and never stop trying.
So what are you hoping to learn from our thought leaders?
Well, what I'd really like to learn from them is to hear how we could do cost-effective marketing and to market to a broader base. Public is where I'd really like to be. I'd like to expand that to do the public marketing, to get to your average business owner in the street, which I haven't done, so I'd like to hear of cost-effective ways of doing that.
Here he is, tonight's small business trailblazer, Mark Tantum. The thought leaders will be getting to the bottom of Mark's business challenges. They'll also share some of the lessons they've learned while building some of the most successful brands and businesses we know. Here's more.
I'm Paul Raffaeli, one half of Nomu Brands and also the marketing director. Nomu performs the role of making hot chocolate sexy and introducing new and innovative food products to South Africa. We've been doing it for 13 years, still going very strong.
My name is Ndaba Ntele. I'm running a company called Pamuti Investment Holding. Pamuti was started in 1979 and we are 35 years right now. We're proud we are a diversified investment holding company in industrial manufacturing, food manufacturing, and also in debt collection.
My name is Eddie Kaizan. I'm the non-executive chairman of Thai Auto Investments, which is the owner of Tiger Wheel and Tyre and various tyre brand and battery importing companies.
Mark has touched on the challenges. Now he faces the thought leaders to go deeper into some of these issues and hopefully uncover a way forward. That's coming up after the break.
With Nedbank's revolving business credit cards, you can either earn rewards or get cash back when you settle early. With Nedbank's revolving business credit cards, you can either earn rewards or get cash back when you settle early.
G'day, my name is Mark Tantum. I'm from Merton Printers. Merton Printers specializes in foiling, embossing, die cutting, and folding and gluing, servicing the print trade. And Merton has recently developed a product called the Unigram, which we use in the fight against document fraud and brand protection. It's an optically variable device that's value added. The challenges that we face at Merton at the moment are a shrinking customer base, marketing our products and services nationally, and cash flow issues.
It occurs to me that you've got a great story that's worth telling. The first is this idea of the unigram. I would suggest to you that that is a story you want to dominate and center a lot of your communication around exclusively. Make that something that is patentable. I'm assuming it is patented. It's something that you want to own as a communication tool, something you can boast about almost, something that draws exclusive attention to your company and would give you something that you could command. You talked earlier about being the masters of foil printing. Well, you almost need to become the masters of the unigram and then explain that as exciting content that people will want to know about. At the moment, as a company that uses a lot of packaging, I think I've been aware of the idea of a unigram, or certainly the idea of holograms, but it's not something I would necessarily feel the need to go for because it hasn't been communicated to me as a great story yet.
At Merton, I did trademark the name Unigram. I haven't patented the technology because it's being used all over the world, but it was used for aesthetic value and not for security purposes.
In my experience, customers are swayed largely by a few basic determinants: availability of a product, pricing, and packaging. In your case, the addition of a unigram as a consumer interest might not be that interesting. I would suggest the person that you should be targeting is the manufacturer. In principle, almost the partner to your business in this case is the guy, the person you should be communicating directly with is the guy who is responsible for making sure the packaging is done correctly.
Mark, first I think congratulations, you've got a great, you've been in business for quite a long time. I mean, it's over 20-something years. But my advice to me, being in business, we don't want business that will go down. You must also think about to diversify. It's very, very important. Look at other opportunities while still running your business. Look at other cash generators, because when the economy is bad, like right now, we've got a downturn, people are going to be saving on all the luxuries, and then your business is also, part of your business is luxury, fancy business cards and all that. My advice, think about to diversify, number one. Number two, look at other partners. Let this be an opportunity to also attract partners who can see certain things that you don't see, who can watch your back. And it's very, very important these days to form partnership.
I just wanted to comment on something that Ndaba said, and that is diversification is fine for an investor, and it's the right thing for an investor to be diversified. But to be an operator of a small business, which wants to become a big business one day, I assume, I would always recommend focus, focus, focus. And in Tiger, we learned the hard way because we nearly went broke in the 80s because we were so diversified in so many different products and so many different markets that when times got hard, we had cash flow problems, we had all those other kind of capacity issues because we were so diversified. And we learnt the benefit of focus, and our strategy was to refocus the business on tires and wheels. And we made it our business to know as much as we could about them, to understand our customers, to understand our products. And those are the two big words in focus: customers and products.
Things have changed in the country, so as such, you also maybe to look at changing the nature of your business, maybe forming NewCo with your employees who are there, and then you become a BE company, and as such, you can get opportunity from the government, because the budget is money that's going to be spent, and that's your customer. Because with the private, you've got to mix in effect your customer. Private sector, they really squeeze things when things are tough. But the government, the budget that they have to spend, they'll always spend it. So I'm just emphasizing, we've been a one-man show, but your staff, we've been with them for a long time. So those are the people that you can also trust, bring them on board, create equity for them, go and tender, open up your market. And my colleagues have been using the term focus a lot here. You must focus in making money. That's what you must focus on doing. But then, in terms of business, you think of bridging the gap. You must diversify. That's very, very important. You will never regret it.
If I could just absolutely endorse what Ndaba has just said, and I think a partner that can add value to your business is a huge multiplier in every sense, whether it's finance or adding a BEE component and compliance to your business or introducing new know-how. But having a partner that you, first of all, get on well with, and that's totally more important than just the concept of having a partner. There has to be good chemistry and a relationship that works. But if you have a partner that can add value to your business, you know, it's much, much better to have a small pie or a smaller pie of a much bigger cake than to own the whole cake yourself. It might just be a little cookie. So I agree 100% with what Ndaba had to say in that regard. I must say that every business that I've ever been involved in that has been successful, there's always an operator, and I would say that you're an operator. You're an operator in your business. But you need a business wife, if I could use the term, somebody that is watching the purse strings, that not you who are operating the business also has to control the purse strings. But you need a partner in your business, much as a marriage needs a husband and a wife. A business needs an operator and a controller.
It's one thing that I've really given a lot of thought to is empowering the staff, because some of the staff have been with me for over 20 years. And as you said, we are not BE compliant. I'm a one-man business and I haven't done that yet. But I was looking to partner with my staff, and you mentioned earlier partner, and that really works for me, and you've sparked something in my mind.
Just the idea of partnership, sorry, clearly it's my role to keep coming back to this marketing thing, because I really like the idea of taking this business and finding ways to springboard it through. And with Nomu, what we've discovered a couple of times is that when you have absolutely no marketing budget, and we've become notorious for not spending anything on advertising over the years, what we decided to, well, we coined a term for it, we called it megaphone marketing. And it's much easier sometimes to create individuals that satellite around your business or orbit around your business in the form of customers that become your PR. They become a resource to you purely because they become so enamored with working with you, so impressed by the service, they can't help themselves. Sometimes you can egg that process along deliberately. You can find ways to add little bits of unexpected value to the experience of dealing with your business that turns the customer into the strongest marketing tool you've got. That's the word of mouth. Then that person goes away wanting to tell people about how amazing it was to deal with Merton printers. And if you can find ways to do things, clever, creative, innovative ways to do things that break through the clutter, get a little bit of unexpected attention, then all of a sudden you haven't spent much money at all, and people are doing a hell of a lot of talking on your behalf. And that is a shameless trick we've been using since day one, I'm afraid.
I remember the old ad on TV where they had it was a toothpaste ad or something, and it was two friends told two friends, and it filled the TV screen within, and eventually it was millions and millions of people. So thanks for that. We just did over the last 3 years, we've been doing the Rio Via bus tickets with the Unigram. And I'm happy to say we've done 36 million tickets in the last 3 years, and we haven't had one fraud. And that's something that I intend using. So, you know, maybe it's something like that you're mentioning that I should be using.
As a creative way of leveraging that, what if you had approached the Rio Via process and said, well, what we'll do is include with the ticket some form of a competition mechanic. As part of our service, we'll throw in a little added, a mini competition, keep the ticket, redeem it here, use the ticket again, collect different color tickets, enter a competition. That sort of innovative thought in approaching the customer suddenly makes you much more than just a straight printer. Suddenly you're a creative partner in their business and someone who can add value to their user's experience as well. But that, I understand that takes time and energy to approach a person's business with that sort of creativity. You may not have that time and energy, but that then speaks towards perhaps the need for that voice, that partner, that extra personality in your business who can think that way.
Paul suggested Mark communicate the great story of the Unigram to attract attention to his business. The idea of partnership also came up very strongly. Undaba and Eddie both felt that it's crucial for Mark to get a partner who fulfills a BEE and financial component. When we come back, we'll see what top tips and advice our thought leaders have for Mark. Don't go away.
With Nedbank's revolving business credit cards, you can either earn rewards or get cash back when you settle early. With Nedbank's revolving business credit cards, you can either earn rewards or get cash back when you settle early. Read about this business in the Business Report this Friday.
Ndaba and Eddie provided you with all the tick boxes of the perfect partner. Obviously, a BEE component, someone who can play a financial role, someone you obviously share values with. Sounds like you could find that person anyway, right? Maybe not?
Finding a partner is always going to be a little bit of a tricky one. I think that there are hundreds of partners out there. Finding the right partner is going to be the key. But I liked what Ndaba said about bringing the staff in as a partner. And maybe there's an opportunity there with the funding and government promoting people. I've got to look at those opportunities too.
Well, that's fantastic. We wish you all the best, yeah?
Thank you very much.
Cool, Mark. Here they are, the final thoughts and top tips from tonight's thought leaders.
Yeah, Mark, I must tell you, you got a great story and must not be disillusioned. I think the strong points, you're an entrepreneur, you've been in business for a long time, you've got people that have worked with you for a long time. Those are the core things that you must make them to take you to the next level. And of course, we've advised about what you should do. What is important is to implement our advices, like looking at partnership, looking at other opportunities like the government business. When we leave you here, you've got to go back, put those things on paper and have timelines. And then once you've got timelines, you can do them. But if we don't do that, we're not going to implement. But it's not a really train smash. One is looking forward to talk to you when we've made a lot of millions in all currencies.
Mark, my advice to you would maybe be to take a leaf out of something that we do very regularly at Nomu. We live by a particular mantra, and that's if you aren't breaking through the clutter, then you're just adding to it. And anyone who knows us knows that we're terribly repetitive about this. But I think the issue with being a printer is that one has to be a printer with difference, a printer that's distinct or unusual in the way that they communicate their service, and also conspicuous in how amazing that service is when it's done. I would challenge you to immediately find the things in your business and about yourself as a person that separate you, that distinguish you from the competition, and then craft your communication and any marketing that you do around that. Take the product of that process, those things that make you proud, the things that you can boast about, and then go straight out to a cleverly thought out sequence of customers, one at a time, trench by trench, and fight to get their love and their loyalty by doing something for them that they would never expect to receive from another supplier or a printer. If you can do that, then you will sway them to become loyal, regular, steady customers. And I think that is not something that people associate with printers, unfortunately. So my advice is break through the clutter, be proud of what you do, and then make those customers so loyal they never leave, one at a time, one at a time.
I think you've already identified your problem, your problems, which is your main business is operating in a shrinking market. And you've identified now others in which you would like to grow. So my advice is to intensify your focus on those markets that you see growth in, and try and do that as quickly as possible and not let your old traditional market that you know is shrinking dilute your focus on that which is growing. The other advice is that you need a business wife, somebody that's going to focus on the finances and the controlling elements so that it can release you as an entrepreneur and an operator of your business to focus on that which is the customers and the operations and the production of the unigram and all the other elements of foiling that you feel are different to that of your competitors. And the last one is the question of partnership. If you can find a partner that can add value to your business, that can complement where you aren't as strong as as your partner could be, marry a business wife that can add that value to your business. Those are my key elements of advice.
There's a lot of valuable advice there. What do you think your next steps will be?
I think one of the first things that I'm going to do is go back and I'm going to be positive. And secondly, I'm going to look for a partner, both maybe a partner that can put in a cash injection, somebody who comes in and buys shares, or maybe look at possibly empowering the staff members. There are creative ways of doing that. So I'd really like to see the staff being empowered, and maybe a partner that can help with the financial side of it, like a chartered accountant or so. I'm going to look at those opportunities. I'm really going to push the marketing. I believe, as Paul said, that that he could see that this business needs to be marketed correctly, and I need to find a way that I can find the right person that can market both on social media and maybe to the right company. So yeah, definitely marketing is going to be a big part of where I'm going. And then also to lose what side of the business has no future. And if I see that the business has no future, that particular side of the business has no future, I'm going to focus less on that and focus more on where I see the growth potential in the business.
Wow, busy, 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 lots to do. All of the best, man.
Thank you very much.
To see the Thought Leader's top tips again, go to the Nedbank Small Business website. That's simplybiz.co.za. You'll also find lots of useful tools and great special offers to help you in your small business. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Nedbank's Big Show for Small Business. Nedbank, of course, has made its vote for small business by supporting and promoting a number of platforms, products, and offers that can help you in your small business. Here's more.
As a small business owner, you know that cash flow is a volatile thing. Some months you have plenty of cash, and other months it runs dry. So what you need from a bank is flexibility. Nedbank offers you just that with a revolving business credit card, and it's the first in South Africa. With a Nedbank revolving business credit card, you can extend your payment terms. You benefit from up to 55 days interest-free credit. You can choose to pay the minimum of 5% on your month-end outstanding balance or the full outstanding balance 10 or more days before it's due to get cash back or earn Nedbank Greenbacks points. And you can redeem your points for things like flights, weekends away, electronic gadgets, business supplies, and even for investing in Ned Group Investments unit trusts. It's the kind of solution you'd expect from a partner that votes small business. Get greater flexibility today. Sign up for Nedbank's comprehensive business offering at simplybiz.co.za. Nedbank is proud to vote small business. Make things happen. Nedbank.
It all starts with that 1 second that you have to sell yourself.
To lend on a standalone basis is a dog of a business for you.
In the little time that I've got to know you, you two all over the place.
I'm not a big believer in acronyms when it comes to selling services. Services need to be cashed and sort of invested in some kind of an emotion.